Happy Wednesday, my friends. It is April the 24th, 2024, and we've got game two between the Celtics and the Heat, the Thunder and the Pelicans, and I've got a player prop in each of those games for you. And I've got a money line parlay for you in baseball. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. I do apologize for not having a show yesterday. I tried to get it up and going real quickly. Then I just traveling. I had to DJ. There's a lot of things going on Monday night that kind of messed me up for Tuesday morning. So I do apologize about not getting out a show in time for you guys. But we're back today. On Monday, we did have an amazing night. That's what we needed. First real nice winning day of the month. So close to a sweep, but we went 3-1 on the day. We cashed on Jared Allen's rebounds at plus 100 value. Tobias Harris rebounds, no sweat bet there. Cavs and Padres money line at plus 100 value as well. That cashed in, and we were 1 3-pointer away as D'Lo got his 3-pointers, but Austin Reeves shot like 1 of 6 from the 3-point line. We only needed 2, so we were that close to a sweep on Monday, but 3-1 on the day. We will take it. You can see our year-to-date record right here. A few picks behind 500 for the month of April, but we've got a few days left, and hopefully today's card, if we do sweep it, then we'll be back in action, baby. I do appreciate you guys sticking with us this month, as it was a little bit of a rough start, but we're kind of finding our stride and our footing now. NBA playoffs are in full swing, baby, and I've got a few player props for you guys in these games tonight, so let's dive into them. For our first best bet of the day, we're going to head to the first game on the slate between the Celtics and the Heat. And my first matchup that I'm going to look at is I'm going to take the young boy from the Heat. We're going to go with Jaime Jaquez over 14.5 points, minus 105 odds on FanDuel. So again, really great value that we're getting on this. In 3 games thus far in the playoffs for Jaime Jaquez, he had 16 points last game in game 1 against the Celtics. He had 21 points in the second playing game against Chicago, and then 15 points in the first playing game against the Sixers. So he's gone over this total in all 3 games thus far in the playoffs, so you really love to see that. But I also have to question who is going to score for this Miami team. We know that Bam Adebayo had a really great game 1. We were actually on his points as well, but the problem with that, the Celtics are probably going to make some adjustments, and they don't want Bam to drop another 26 points with them. We know Tyler Hero is going to get a ton of volume as well. He's going to get a lot of shots, but probably Jrue Holiday is going to be the guy guarding him or trying to take him out of the game, or maybe Jaylen Brown. So because of that, the Heat are really in desperate need of a third scorer to step up, especially if they expect to compete in the series. I do think they get swept, but with no Jimmy Butler here, who else can step up for this team? I think Jaime Jaquez can do it. I like the fact that we are getting a low point total here. He's gone over in all 3 games thus far in the playoffs, but he's also playing significant minutes. In the last 2 games, against the Bulls, 35 minutes, and the last game against the Celtics, 36 minutes. He also shot the ball 16 times, shot it from 8 from 16 from the field. He didn't hit any 3-pointers, and he should be a little bit more aggressive and get into the free throw line this game, but he did still go over this point total here. The fact that he's going to be on the court and the Celtics' main focal points will be taking away Bam and Tyler Hero, it means that somebody else is going to have to get the touches. He's going to have to get the volume, and I like the way Jaquez plays. He's aggressive to the rim. He shoots the ball well from the mid-range. He could probably even give us maybe 1 or 2 3-pointers if he wants to shoot them a little bit more. But for me, I think this is a matchup where the Heat are going to make the right proper adjustments in order to be competitive in this matchup, and for them to be able to do that, they need Jaime Jaquez to be able to step up here. So I think Jaquez should get it done. Don't overthink it. Over 14.5 points, really good value for Jaquez here as our first best bet of the day. Now, our second best bet of the day, we are going to go also stay in this game, and we're going to go with the superstar himself, Mr. Jason Tatum. But we're not looking at his points. We're actually going to go with his rebounds. Over 8.5 rebounds, minus 113 odds on FanDuel. If you guys have been a fan of the show for the past year that we've been running this show, then you guys know Jason Tatum is a guy that we love to take, but we normally like to take his points and rebounds or his rebound angle, because I think that's where you get the most value on him, right? His points are sometimes way too high, 29.5, 30.5. His 3-point line sometimes at 2.5, and if he's struggling from the 3-point line or struggling with his shot, he does get the volume, he plays the minutes, but because he plays the minutes, the rebound to me is the best opportunity, especially when you have a defensive-minded matchup like we have in this series between these 2 teams, and we know the Heat are going to look to slow down the pace a little bit. We saw game 1 go under. I'm expecting to see the same thing here in game 2, which means that Jason Tatum should get a lot of rebound opportunities. In 3 games in the regular season against the Heat, Jason Tatum had 10 rebounds, 8 rebounds, and 8 rebounds. So we went over once, we hooked twice, but in game 1 of this series, he finished with another 10 rebounds. So you love to see that, and that was in 41 minutes. So I'm expecting him to play 38 plus minutes again in this matchup today. And because of Porzingis playing really that big man role, it kind of takes Bam away from the rim as much. Bam is also not that aggressive on the rebounding line as well as neither is Porzingis. So for me, I just think that it falls on Jason Tatum to be able to grab these boards today in what should be more of a low-scoring game. You know that he's going to look for grab that zone, and Tatum here is a great matchup. He had a triple-double in the first game, so I'm sure he's going to be looking to run that back this game with a double-double or whatever the case may be. But for me, I think the rebounds is the best way to exploit him today. 9 rebounds is not asking too much for a guy who's averaging about 9 rebounds on the year, so we're just asking him to do what he's been doing all year long, and because he's kind of the main rebounder for this Celtics team because of who they really roll out from the big man perspective, to me, he should be able to grab these rebounds against a favorable Heat matchup and a Heat team that's not really big with size or really aggressive on the boards. So give me Jason Tatum to be able to go back, grab 9 rebounds as our second best bet of the day. Now for our third best bet of the day, we're going to head to the Pelicans and Thunder game. And speaking about rebounds, that's what we're going to look at in the Thunder and Pelicans matchup. And we're going to go with a guy who absolutely grubbed on the boards in game 1. Very similar to the angle that I gave you with Jared Allen on Monday. We're going to go with Jonas Valanciunas, the big man here, over 11.5 rebounds, minus 105 odds. You can even maybe get at plus value as this one's probably already been bumped. Now, game 1 of this series against OKC, Valanciunas finished that game with 20 rebounds. 11 on the defensive side, 9 on the offensive rebound side, so you love to see that. Thus far in 3 playoff games, he's had 20 rebounds. He had 12 rebounds in the playing game against the Kings, and he had 10 rebounds in the playing game against the Lakers. So for me, this is just a matchup where I think Valanciunas is going to be able to grub. OKC is very undersized in that center position, really due to the fact that Chet Holmgren kind of pulls away from the rim, shoots a lot of three-pointers, is not really that strong and physical down low, which means that Valanciunas is the guy that's going to be able to grub in this game. He played 29 minutes in game 1, which to me is actually pretty significant because Valanciunas on the year is really only averaging about 20 minutes per game, 21 minutes. So for him to get a little bit of extra playing time lets me understand and know. And the fact that the Pelicans were competitive in that game, I think they run that kind of same similar rotation back in this matchup today. And Valanciunas, I believe, is the guy that should be able to be on the floor, especially with no Zion here. I think that those extra possessions pay dividends for this Pelicans team and was one of the reasons why they were able to stay in that game late with a chance to win that game. So for me, I'm not overthinking it. Valanciunas here, grab the boards, big dog. You've been doing it all season. No reason why you can't do it again today against a very undersized Oklahoma City team. And if he's getting the minutes, then he should be able to grab these boards. For our third and final best bet of the day, we're going to give a go with a quick 2-team steam here. Moneyline parlay in the baseball slate. And we're going to take the New York Yankees. We're going to take the Atlanta Braves, both on the money line. That gets you to plus 110 odds here. Now, I like both of these matchups here because we're more fading the opposing starting pitchers than we are going with the favorites here. And the reason why I say that is because the Yankees are setting Clark Schmidt to the mound. He's been very impressive so far to start the year 1-0 with a 3.15 ERA. But for me, I'm really fading Joe Boyle, the starting pitcher for the Oakland Athletics. We've seen him struggle with his control thus far to start the year. Right now, he's 1-3 with a 7.23 ERA. That's not going to get it done. And in his last start against the Guardians, lost that game 10-2. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits with 7 earned runs and 1 home run to go with 4 walks. That's the concerning part. He's had 4 walks in one game, another 4 walks in another game against Boston earlier this year, 3 walks against Detroit earlier this year. So for me, when you're struggling with your control against a Yankees team that's #1 in baseball in walks against right-handed pitching, to me that's going to be concerning. And now this Yankees offense, they need to be able to pick it up because their offense has been really stagnant. But I think they will have a good opportunity today to be able to get to Boyle. We've got Clark Schmidt on the mound on the other side, who's the better pitcher. So for me, I'm not overthinking it. Just give me the Yankees on the money line. I do think they'll cover the run line as well as an individual pick. As the A's were able to steal game 1 in this series, the Yankees were able to win yesterday. I think the Yankees will be able to win this game as well to kind of close off this series with the rubber match. So give me the Yankees at home against a very poor Athletics team and a Joe Boyle pitcher who's really not in the best of form right now. And then for the second leg, we're going to go to the Atlanta Braves, who are also home in this matchup, and they've taken on the Marlins here. And the Braves are setting Ronaldo Lopez to the mound. And Ronaldo Lopez has been solid in his few starts this year. He's 2-0 in the year with a .5 ERA. Back-to-back starts against the Mets and the Astros, where he's won 6 innings, 4 hits, and 3 hits in both of those games. No runs given up. And he's also been able to strike out 7 batters and 6 batters in each of those matchups. So you love to see that. I love to see the form that Lopez is in, and it's in the complete opposite form that Sanchez is in, which is the pitcher that's going today today for the Marlins. They are really going to go for more of a bullpen game today. So Sanchez is more of a relief pitcher. So for him, he should be able to get in here, get through one inning. But for me, that's concerning when you're going the bullpen game against a hot lineup against the Braves, who crush right-handed pitching, which Sanchez is a right-handed pitcher. But also when you're using so many different pitchers, it gives different looks, yes, to the batters, but it also prevents the pitchers from getting into a rhythm. And when you have a lineup like the Braves, from top to bottom, anybody can kill you, whether it's Acuna, whether it's Olsen, whether it's Albies. To me, that is an advantage for the Braves. So for me, I'm really just fading a Marlins team that struggled to score runs this year. Bottom 5 in majors in terms of runs scored per game. 6-19 on the year, 4-8 on the road. The Braves should be able to defend their home field today. So I'm not overthinking it. Give me the Braves on the money line. Parlay that with the Yankees on the money line. Gets you to plus 100 value is our final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 4 best bets that are coming to you on this Wednesday card. Give me Jaime Jaquez over 14.5 points. Give me Jason Tatum over 8.5 rebounds. Give me Valanciunas over 11.5 rebounds. And then also give me a bozo pack with the Yankees and the Braves on the money line. If you want to get to plus 200 value on that parlay, then you could also throw the Twins on the money line in there as well, as I do think they'll be able to handle business against the White Sox, who are 3-20 on the year. For more best bets, picks and plays, player props I might be dropping throughout the day, also my Nerfy of the day, make sure you click the link in the description below, join the free Discord group, and follow us on Twitter for more plays and angles. Appreciate all love and support, my friends. Let's get to it. Let's have a day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, gang.